This week, we are going to talk about top 10 TV mothers to celebrate Mother's Day with our mother, Allison Faye, here.
Woo-hoo.
And first, and it's been a while, let's talk about Blame Terry. And I kind of stretched it a little bit. We got three names on this. The first one,
Oh,
Claire Underwood, because it's kind of a debatable thing. Was she a mother? She was pregnant when the show ended. Chat GPT listed her to me, so I included her. So I'll go with what Chat GPT said.
so we had another one that was missed,
Okay.
and I don't know her character name, but Maggie Smith from Downton Abbey.
Okay.
So that was the other one that you missed. That one
First
of
of
my.
all, you would have to watch Downton Abbey, which I do not.
Well, there's
Excuse
a
me.
lot of these things that I didn't watch.
I
Yeah.
love Downton Abbey. Okay,
Okay.
that is
I
some
also
good
am
English
so
drama.
North
right there.
Carolinian, I call it Downtown Abbey. So,
All right. But to be fair, Gemma Teller, good one.
Yeah.
Gemma Teller was a good one because she was such a central figure to Sons of Anarchy,
Yep.
up until the point where Jax blows her head off all over the white roses in the garden.
Blame Chat
Spoiler,
GPT.
17 years later, that's a
Yeah.
spoiler, folks. But I can't believe we missed her and we included Skylar from Breaking Bad. So that's just kind of, I mean,
Fun
it's
fact:
the-
TV show I can't get through. Breaking Bad. Just can't do it.
There's a
Tried
lot that
multiple
I have
times.
not watched. Anything that was ever on HBO, I've not seen it.
Oh my god.
The Wire
There's
is
a lot of
fantastic.
it.
I was gonna say Terry, The Wire. Come
But
on.
then one I just thought of out of the blue is Harriet Winslow.
Oh yeah.
Family
Yeah,
Matters
she
on the
wasn't
Friday
in it.
night lineup. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the
We
Father's
talk
Day
about
ones are never-
Carl. Carl gets all that credit. And I'm sure that Chat GPT will give me Carl Winslow as one of these.
Oh, I'm
And
sure.
that is bullshit
yeah.
that
Bullshit.
Chat GPT
Agreed.
did not put Harriet Winslow on.
Didn't put Harriet Winslow on the list. No.
All right. So what came close but just didn't make it?
All right, here's the four that came the closest without being in the top 10.
I
Oh,
am
shot
so
that.
upset at everybody right now. How
Why?
could you
Because-
put Carmela Soprano? Are you joking me?
Yeah, she just missed.
Oh no. Mm-mm.
And
So-
Kitty didn't make the list. That's not Kitty. That's Edith, isn't it?
No, that's Edith Bunker. Yeah.
Yeah,
So she
that's
didn't make
Edith.
the list. And then we've got Lois Griffin and we've got
Claire
Claire
Dunphy.
Yeah, she didn't make the list either.
Claire Dunphy didn't make the list.
Right.
She's such a good
I
mom.
know.
I love Modern Family.
I know. These are some good ones.
So they
Okay.
had the greatest cook. We're gonna have to talk about Modern Family at some point. They had the greatest hook in the pilot ever, and it's when Cam and Mitchell adopt Lily, and they're trying to tell their family. And Allison knows where I'm going. They're trying to tell their family that they've adopted a baby, and Cam isn't in the room. Mitchell's there, and the dad, Jay, says, "Oh, you finally dumped him?" He was so over dramatic, and about that time, Lion King Circle of Life hits, and here comes Cam with the baby, and they do the whole Circle of Life. Mitchell says, "Turn it off, Cam." He said, "I can. It's who I am." He said,
Oh, it's so good.
it was so funny.
Ugh.
But Claire was a great mom. Carmela, I'll be honest. I have watched The Sopranos one time.
Oh God.
Only one time through. And I could care less about Lois Griffin, seriously. And
Yeah.
Edith Bunker is before me. So even though Archie used to give her crap about politics, which we don't discuss on this show, outside of making fun of the Gulf of America.
So before we get to the top 10 list,
Mhm.
and I will allow any more comments, Allison, but you mentioned the thing from the Lion King where they hold the
Mhm.
baby up and everything. They do that at the they have a baby of the game before the game at the bananas, and they got
Oh yes.
dressed in a banana and they do the whole thing.
Oh, I love it. Absolutely.
Oh, there are so many things that they do that I could not even bring them all up. But
That's
That
so
would be
great.
fantastic. Now we have another item on the Golden Girls must-do list.
Yes, checklist. Yes.
And now
Mhm.
I'm a veteran of this, so I know
Yes,
what
so
to
you
do
know.
and what to not bother with.
Mm-hmm.
Number 10, Elise Keaton, for those that are old enough to remember Family Ties.
This is all
mean-
you guys, and I'm not picking on your ages. I have no idea. who
So
this
she's
is.
not on my list, but to be fair, This was a tremendous show, and she
Yeah.
was a great mom. Like, I remember this show dealt with a lot of real issues, and she was a great mom. And she was a working mom, which back in the day we didn't see a lot of. So I loved this.
I
One good thing I
absolutely
thought-
100% believe what Allison said. Go ahead, Terry.
To me, it felt like the parents were kind of hippie-ish, and then they had Alex, who was just like this big-time capitalist at
Yep.
age 16 or something, and that really fit well. And they played the role of the opposite of him as his parents really well.
Yeah.
Especially her.
Good show.
It is. Number 9,
Before Andrew's time.
Claire Huxtable.
Oh, hell yeah.
From the Cosby Show. And the thing about it for me, she was a lawyer, and boy, she would show that side sometimes.
Yep.
They would really get those kids, they get in trouble for something, and she would put it to them. It was excellent.
Yeah, this was right around the time where they really started promoting the mom as a force kind of role in TV
Right.
shows. So yeah, Claire Huxtable was, a black woman being all the woman. Like, she was fantastic, and it was not something we had really seen much of.
Right.
But I loved this show. I loved Claire Huxtable. Absolutely.
I know who Claire Huxtable is. I know what show she was on. I never watched it.
And she had like 27 kids. Like, I felt like every season there was another kid I never heard about that just showed up again. What'd she have, like 5 or 6, right?
Oh, I mean, you're gonna have to ask. You're
I
asking
think it
me
was
to
5. It
name
was
them
4
all.
girls and 1 boy. And I just remember that because Malcolm Jamal Warner, this is how I first learned of him, and now he is hotter than ever. Good God.
And a lot of their friends were on there a lot at
Yep.
their house. I remember the juicer incident, for anybody that remembers that, where the kid, Peter, the kid from down the street that didn't really talk, he and Rudy were messing with the juicer and sprayed grape juice all over the kitchen, and he didn't say a word. He just darted for the door. That was so great.
Good
Anyway, and
times.
Andrew's like, what the hell are they talking about?
He's like, I don't know what you're watching. Okay.
But anybody remembers that, they're laughing about it.
No,
Number
the
8,
dogs were coming in. They're being loud.
Oh, okay.
Linda Belcher makes it at number 8. She is the
Terry's
top
favorite.
animated mother on the list.
Terry definitely weighted this one because I did not put Linda on the
She
list.
was in my
I know
top
where
2,
she's
I would
from.
just say.
And
Wow.
again, another show. This is 3 in a row that I've never watched.
So I have only watched this because of Terry, and I
Right.
loved it. So this
And
is on my list.
She is a star, but I mean, they all have great personalities. But yeah, she's got her quirks, and probably an underrated cartoon compared to The Simpsons and stuff, just because
Mm-hmm.
it hasn't been given as much praise. But they are in the middle of season 15, so gonna keep
Fantastic.
it going.
Genuinely, 15 seasons
Yeah.
of this
15,
show, and I'm not trying to be funny. At some point you run out of things to put in your plot, in
Right?
your story.
Yeah, no kidding. These top 10 lists are hard to come up with.
Thank you, Chat GTP.
Yeah. Number 7, Marion Cunningham from Happy Days shows
I
up.
mean, she
I
was
don't-
the cool mom.
And I don't know if you caught it, but in the picture of us, and we'll show it again later, I'm wearing a blue hat with a white M. That is for the Milwaukee Braves because we were era specific in our picture.
Very neat.
And I remember there was, Happy Days happened in Milwaukee. And I remember
Oh.
one episode
Right.
where
'Cause Lenny
the
and Squiggy.
dad is sitting there watching TV and he like angrily turns off the TV and he goes, "Oh, the Braves blew it." And I thought that was great.
Yeah, that's right.
You are 4 for 4 on shows.
Andrew,
We got a lot
Happy
of
Days
older
is a
fans.
staple. Do you not know Fonzie? I mean, like, come on.
I know who the Fonz is. Yeah.
All right.
What's his name? He was the football coach in Waterboy.
Arthur Fonzarella.
No. He means his real name.
Oh,
I can't think of it right now. We'll screw it up like we did. What
Henry
was it?
Winkler.
Yeah, Henry Winkler. What,
Henry
what-
Winkler.
he's
Gene
also the
Wilder and
principal in Scream. Sorry. Okay. Random movie.
number
facts.
6. Let's see if we can hit something that,
Yeah, something
that
he
Andrew
watches.
knows. And I think this is the one that might actually have a ranking of its own. Vivian Banks, and there are 2 choices here.
Ooh.
I go with the original.
I go with the one on the left. I don't know if
that's
she's the original or the
Yeah, she's
replacement.
the original.
Yeah,
And
she
I
was
don't know
the
how many
only
seasons
Vivian
each
for
one
me.
of them did, but it was definitely weird to see a different Vivian Banks on the screen.
Yeah, no. Andrew, you must have watched this show.
I did. The Fresh
Okay,
Prince of
thank
Bel Air. I've seen end to end. Uncle Phil was a far more involved and important character to the show than Aunt Viv. But yeah, she's a fine TV mom for her 2 minutes she was on screen every episode or whatever. She wasn't the central character. It was about Phil and Carlisle and Will. So
Carlisle? Do you mean
I said
Carlton?
Carlisle. I didn't mean Carlisle.
Carlisle, Gene Wilder.
Right. Carlisle would fit his character though better than the name Carlton, because Carlisle
Carlton.
would be
I don't know why I
perfect for
said
his
I agree.
personality.
Carlisle.
That's it.
Carlton.
I'm
Oh
gonna
my
call
goodness.
Andrew Carlisle from now on.
He's
That-
even got a dance named after him. Now it's the Carlisle dance. You heard it here first on TNA Top 10. But yeah, Carlton. But the whole point being, it was the 3 of those guys, and they were
Yeah.
far more important to the actual show than Aunt Vivian was.
Absolutely. I agree.
And that's
Whereas I can't say that about these other shows because I never watched them.
right.
God,
how
all right,
important
stop
the
making me
female
feel
character
old.
But I mean, we're going to have a partner list of this around Father's Day, whenever the hell that is. So we'll bring these guys up again later.
Yep.
Let's hit the top 5. Number 5, Marie Barone.
Hell yeah.
She blew. What's the
Deborah?
wife's name? She
Deborah.
blew Deborah out of the water here.
Hell
Marie wins. She's
Because
number 5.
everybody knows and everybody loved Raymond. Frank and Marie were the real characters of the show.
Yes.
Nobody cared about Raymond and Deborah. It was, I believe that was the dad's name was Frank and Marie.
Yeah, Frank.
And they were actually married in real life, which made it even better. Like the 2, Frank and Marie,
Really?
genuinely married in real life.
So this is my grandmother right here. Like I posted a picture with my grandmother on Facebook today. This woman right here, her character was my grandmother. Like and no question. And now it's my mother. So this is who I'm gonna turn into, people. Just get used to it.
You've all been warned.
That's it. This is who I'm gonna be.
So a couple of things that come to mind, and there was constantly stuff with her that was fabulous, but 2 things that come to mind are when, she took a lot of pride in her house being super clean.
Mm-hmm.
And they removed the big fork and big spoon from the wall in the kitchen one time. And behind the big fork and spoon, it was a lot cleaner. You could see the outline of the big fork and spoon from the wall. Drove her crazy because her walls were dingy from decades of stuff that,
Yeah, that's not me.
The other thing was she went to like an art class or something, and she made this big she was going to donate this thing that she made in art class to like this local sisters of the whatever something, and they would not accept it. It looked a little too
Phallic.
phallic. Yes.
I remember that episode. That was
Oh, man.
fantastic.
It was great.
I mean, I love this show because Marie was the ultimate. I'm not even gonna say. I was gonna say like Italian, Greek, Mediterranean mom. Nah, she's the ultimate New York mom,
Yeah.
Long Island mom, with her son who can, and in this case, sons who can do no wrong.
Right.
You know, like I know a dozen people like this. Like I know a dozen Maries. No joke.
I love the fact that when they looked back at one point when they were getting married, Raymond is like, "We cannot move across the road from my parents." And Deborah's like, "What are you talking about? It'll be great."
Yeah.
And then that caught up with her real quick.
Yeah, I like Marie and I like Frank. I could care less about. Now the brother, he
Please
made
don't.
me laugh too.
My
but,
brother lives 10 minutes away from my mother, just so you know.
well, if we get Beverly Goldberg on here, we'll tell everybody what her mother is. So appropriate name for mother.
Yes, yes. Hmm.
Anyway, the
Sorry.
brother always made me laugh too. Robert.
Yeah,
Robert.
Robert.
And Marie's interaction with Robert and how she favored him over Raymond a lot.
Oh
But
Lord.
anyway,
Good stuff.
if you
Number
have
4.
siblings, you would know.
Yes.
Number 4, Carol Brady shot up the
Wow, and
list
she was
towards
a
the
late
end.
ad too.
She was, and she honestly in the voting, the last section of voters pulled her up.
Wow. Well, let's think about this. Mom to 6, and basically 3 pairs of twins that weren't related. That's insane. Like that to me, you'd need to put me in a nut house. I could not handle that. Absolutely not.
I need more details about what led to both of these. I don't know if they were both widowers or widows or anything. I don't know that they even attempted to
think they
explain
were
that.
both widowers.
Okay.
I think that's
Maybe.
the story.
I just remember the Brady Bunch movie. Okay, so the
Oh.
Brady Bunch, I've watched episodes of the
Long.
Brady Bunch, but the Brady Bunch movie, and then the sequel, a Very Brady sequel, where they sing at the mall or whatever.
It just oh so good.
And they did the whole Marcia and Greg thing, and that was so
good.
bad, so bad. And Carol, oh, and then this Carol Brady, what was this lady's name? The actress.
Florence Henderson.
Florence Henderson. She comes in at the end of because Jan was always Marcia,
Right.
Marcia. She comes in as the grandma,
Yeah.
and she's like, Jan, cut the shit. That was so good in the movie.
That's like the mom from Leave It to Beaver with an airplane.
June Cleaver.
And that
Yeah,
was
old June.
yeah.
Did June make the list? Well, we need to wait, I guess.
We'll find
but,
out. Yeah. We got 3
yeah.
more to go.
If June made the list, I've got a great quote. But anyway, go ahead.
Speaking of great quotes, number 3, Moira Rose.
How is she only
3?
number
From
3?
Schitt's Creek.
Come on.
3.
Well, there's a lot
Come
of people that haven't watched this. You know,
Well, they're
we got
wrong.
an older crowd, right?
Schitt's Creek is a Canadian sitcom done by the Levys, both Dan and Eugene.
Mhm.
Moira Rose, as many of you know, was Kevin McAllister's mother. Kathleen, what's her name? I was going to say Turner, but that's not right. Isn't it Kathleen? Isn't her name Kathleen?
Who, her?
Yeah.
This, Catherine?
Catherine,
O'Hara?
rather. Yeah, Catherine O'Hara, not Kathleen. Anyway, Catherine O'Hara. This is Kevin McAllister's mom, guys, for those of you playing along at home. Not only was she Kevin McAllister's mother when you were a child, this is David Rose's mother as well, who helped him fold in the cheese one day.
Fold the cheese.
Don't be a disgruntled pelican. I mean, me and Allison could do a top 10 on the best lines of Moira Rose.
It's going to happen.
Hey, we can do that because
it's
we
gonna
did a whole Bob's Burgers top 10.
It's happening.
Yeah, Moira is fantastic. Like,
Yes.
so the whole premise of the show, of course, is their accountant. They're rich people. Their accountant didn't pay their taxes. The IRS seizes everything, and as a joke, the dad bought a town called Schitt's Creek, and
For
that
David.
they can't take from him for David, and that's where they end up living in this hotel is Schitt's Creek, and shenanigans for 6 seasons ensue. This show is absolutely watchable and rewatchable, and Catherine O'Hara as Moira Rose is a big reason why. But yeah.
Think of if you haven't watched this, think of the most extravagantly over the top performer you've ever seen do a role, then times it by 10, and that's Moira Rose.
Well, even her pronunciation, her enunciation, the voice that she uses, David, don't be a disgruntled pelican. And that is how she talks. It is hilarious. And then say fold in the cheese one more time. Say it.
Fold in the cheese.
What does that mean? Fold in the cheese. There's this whole 5-minute back and forth about fold in the cheese. And yeah, she is so good. I don't know how she's number 3, but I'm disappointed in our voters once again.
Top 2 are tough. I'll just tell you.
All right, let's go. Bring it.
Number 2, and you know I like redheads. Peggy Bundy. Man, I was at a good age when I was.
So she did make the list just 30 years earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Gemma Taylor made the list.
Oh, that's right. I didn't even think of that connection.
I mean, she was, again, broke the mold. We hadn't seen a mom like her on TV in a long time.
Now, obviously, this is not about quality of parenthood and what you're doing for your children, but Peggy Bundy. We love Peggy Bundy. Number 2.
Peggy Bundy in her spandex pants and her big ass belts and her cleavage showing shirts.
Giant hair.
Oh, did I love her hair? I was so jealous.
Fabulous.
Another one. I never watched the show. I've seen clips of Married with Children on Instagram and stuff. I never watched the show.
But perfect with Al Bundy because he was that character where hates his life, goes to his job and just
hates his neighbors. Like it was
like his wife is the fault of everything in his life, and she fit that so well, you know.
Yeah. Kate Segal, married to Kurt Sutter, who was the creator of both The Shield and Sons of Anarchy.
Ooh.
All right, y'all ready for number 1?
I'm trying to think who number 1 is, and
it may be a little bit of a shocker, but I mean, this is a really good character. I did not expect her to be number 1. Kitty Foreman.
Oh shit! Great one. Yeah. Yep. Also, by the way,
that picture.
Well, I'll talk about it after. That's the perfect picture because Kitty Foreman has the best outtakes in the 70s show. If you ever watch it, like when they do those short vignettes with the characters, everyone she's in is a banger. I'm crying usually watching her.
And she does really well with Red too.
Yeah,
because Red is a really strong dad character. Like wants to whip everybody's ass all the time, you know.
Yep.
And she's just like to ignore it. She's getting drunk all the time, you know.
Perfect. It's only Tuesday. The meme, and she's making margaritas.
Yep.
And her voice fits great. I mean, it's just excellent.
Yeah. But again, very good mom too.
She's naive in air quotes, like she doesn't know what's going on with her kids, and you know she played that to the hilt. And then my favorite is when they finally break her, and Eric and Donna are having some sort of relationship. Wait, Donna said you loved her, and she said you marry her, and you let her leave, and she beats Red to it, like dumbass, and she. But because it was out of nowhere, it made it funny, you know. So Kitty Foreman, I would not have expected as number 1, and apparently our audience did not watch Game of Thrones because they did not appreciate.
That's where I was going, and I held it.
Well, there were more choices from Game of Thrones than any other show. Not that they were very quality. All of them were quality choices for being best mom.
Listen to me. I know y'all made fun of me for this. I am and I'm gonna full disclosure, I am the one that put Cersei Lannister on this list. Okay? On the list of voting things. Just because she happens to be an incestuous woman who had her kids with her brother doesn't mean she didn't love her kids to death. Okay,
To death.
all right.
Well, and the
Literally
problem
To
was-
death is to death is a really good quote for that show. Yeah, to death.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing for people that haven't seen Game of Thrones, and I'll wrap it up so we can wrap it up. It's very simple. The mission is in a Game of Thrones, you win or you die.
Right.
And when the way that she became the queen of King's Landing, the queen of the Seven Kingdoms, is that she lost everything precious to her. And in the end, she died.
Spoiler.
And Amy agrees.
It's not really a
Moira
spoiler.
should be the top one. She said she loves
That's our
Kitty, but it
girl.
should be Moira.
Moira.
Right, Amy.
Moira is fantastic.
Yes.
All you disgruntled pelicans out there.
Let me run
I'm
it
so
down.
confabulated by these results.
Number 10, Elise Keaton. Number 9, Claire Huxtable. Number 8, Linda Belcher. Number 7, Marion Cunningham. Number 6, Vivian Banks, both of them. Number 5, Marie Barone. Number 4, Carol Brady. Number 3, Moira Rose. Number 2, Peggy Bundy. And the winner, number 1, Kitty Foreman.